Друзі, привіт! Давайте займемося івентом. О, тут прямо не просто жовтий, а рижий квест якийсь. Капець. Цікаво, цікаво. Просто рижий квест.
Hey, did you hear about our next stop? It's a world called Penacony. I hear it's a beautiful, dreamy place. I'm so excited, but Pom-Pom said the banquet we were invited to is still a little ways off. What can I do to... Huh? Is that my phone? Must be the group chat. That Don Hung. He can't just... Let's go to his room and talk to him.
What the? Is this a letter?
Don Hung! Branya just sent all of us a message. Did you see it yet?
Yes, I saw it.
Then why didn't you reply? Branya's a good friend of...
I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood for idle chat. There's been a lot weighing on...
Don, I'm the one who should be sorry. I was being too pushy. You're right. You went through a lot.
Thank you for... It's great that Belobog is able to host a celebration. I hope your trip goes...
Okay. Rest up. You're not allowed to...
I'll be there next.
He won't budge, huh? Looks like... pity. He's gonna miss out. We never get... I know. But it's still a shame, don't you think? If only Himeko could come with us. Maybe not. He's still wheezing from the trouble we got into on the Xianzhou. You didn't... At his age, he might not appreciate the extra... Why don't we go ask Himeko to tag along? She might be up for an adventure. You've been on the Express for a while now, but you've never gone on a trip with Himeko before, right? Well, now's your chance.
Himeka, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, March. That's a big smile on your face. What's the good news?
Himeko, there's a celebration coming up on Urillo 6, organized by the Supreme Guardian, and we're invited to go take in the sights and sounds. Don Hung won't be going anywhere for a while. He's still resting up. I mean, considering how you helped us out with Cocolia, I'm sure Branya would be happy to...
So that explains the grin. You're excited about the thanks for the invite, but I'm afraid my hands are full right now. Please send my regards to the Supreme. Make the most of the festivities. You've earned it. You two and Don Hung did help save Urillo 6 after all. I'll be sure to join you guys next time.
Navigators really do have their plates full, huh? Seems like it's just you and me this time. Let me go pack some stuff for the trip first. Come and find me when you're ready to set off. It's been sitting in my wardrobe collecting dust for far too long. But now I finally... This kind of event doesn't come around every day. Why shouldn't I dress for the occasion? You're not really gonna wear that same old outfit, are you? Let's just pretend I never said anything. As long as one of us is making an effort. Pajamas, hot water bottle, pom-pom. Wow, that was fast. Don't you have anything you want to bring? Huh, you do seem to travel light. But don't you at least need some pajamas? I was just taking a look at Mr. Yang's records. And it seems like Eurillo 6's average temperature has warmed up quite a bit. It's much warmer than it was on our first trip there. I wouldn't call it livable just yet. But things are looking up. I'm so happy. Ready to go? Bellabog?
Белябак.
Galabog. 700 years. It's never too late to pick up the tab.
Я думав, що це Марч 7 перетвориться, ну типа, що її минуле там.
People living in all this snow celebrate anything. Oh, one thing's for sure though. Where there's a celebration, Oh, wait a sec. That person over there. That doesn't look like a Silvermane Guard uniform. All in black. Surely they're not IPC. On this world? Am I going crazy? The Interastral Peace Corporation. Who else? The one whose insignia is pretty much everywhere? Still don't remember? Oh, what about Findy? That's one of their products. Oh, and the Interastral Peace broadcast. You know, the one always being played on the Express? Never mind, it's not that important. The important question is, what are the IPC? There's only one way to find out. Let's go ask. I've always found IPC. Hi, do you work for the Interastral Peace Corporation? Or are you just
Boss, encounter with 2 unknowns. Want me to take them out? Over.
Take us out?
Take them out? Hang tight for a second. I'm on my way. Don't do anything stupid. Glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Topaz, an investment expert from the Interastral Peace Corporation. I'm here on Eurillo 6 for a special business assignment. You'll have to forgive my colleague here. People skills aren't his strong suit. Please don't take it to heart.
Phew, you scared the life out of me. We're here for the celebrations. We're not looking for more conflicts. Oh, right. We should probably introduce ourselves. I'm March 7th, a passenger of the Astral Express. You may have heard of it? And this is my friend and fellow passenger.
No kidding. I could tell you weren't locals from a mile away, but I didn't expect to run into 2 nameless here. Fate is such a curious thing. I heard that Eurillo 6 only stepped out of the Stellaron's shadow thanks to the direct intervention of the Trailblazers. Surely you two aren't...
Huh? Jeez, can you be a little more humble?
I never imagined I'd run into living legends here. Must be your lucky day, fun of me.
Wow, Miss Topaz, you're really young for an IPC executive. That's impressive.
More good luck, I suppose. But it's not as cushy as you think. Scurrying from one side of the galaxy to the other. Going wherever businesses require me to be. talks aren't exactly what you might expect. But I have to agree. The Supreme Guardian definitely knows how to govern a city. And that's the reason I'm here on Eurilla 6, to meet with her. Miss March, you said you were on your way to Belobog festivities, right? My apologies for delaying you, but...
Don't be sorry. It's not like we're in a rush. Want to come to the city with us? The snow plains are freezing, and it's easier than you think to get lost out here.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll manage. It's my first time on this world. I'd like to take it in its vast, iconic snowscape for just a little longer. Who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths again during the celebrations. Oh, here's my contact information. I don't usually respond during work hours, but I'd be happy to chat off the clock.
Wow, I actually managed to get an IPC executive's phone number without even trying. Me too.
You two make a cute pair. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. See you next time.
The universe is huge, yet we somehow stumbled onto the same path. But fate truly works in mysterious ways, don't you think? Come on, let's head into the city.
Да, її теж хочеться покрутити. Вона Fire Hunt розклад. Це прикольно.
Wow, there are people everywhere. Are you sure we're in Belobog? Now to check out the... Come on, keep up.
Мені що, stroll through the city and taking... Три. Так, Пеля.
Is that Kayla? Looks like she's teaching the kids again. Next, I'll be introducing the history of the museum. Everyone listen carefully. Belobog's History and Culture Museum was founded 600 years ago. It was originally built to memorialize...
Oh, so hungry. I wish I could have a red sunset salmon.
It was built to memorialize... Guess what? I heard there's gonna be a Silvermoon adventure camp opening in the overworld soon. It's gonna be super. Also, those who sacrificed their lives in the war against the invaders. Miss Kayla, Peter's falling asleep. Enough. From now on, no whispering allowed. If you don't want to have any homework later, you better start listening. Sorry, Miss Kayla. That's better. Oh, I never knew Kayla had a strict side.
О, чувак.
Hang on a sec. Isn't that Wallace up ahead? Looks like he's finally made some friends. I wonder what they're talking about.
Norbert, why don't you tell everyone how you were released from jail so quickly? Selling cultural relics and impersonating Silvermane guards are both heinous crimes.
Well, it was all thanks to my uncle, you know.
Ah, I remember. Your uncle is Minister Noel. He heads up the Department of Transportation now.
Yes, you knew that too?
You're shameless, Norbert. Not to be rude, but if I were thrown in jail, I wouldn't possibly ask my father to bail me out.
Do you think I wanted to? I'm not the type of person to...
I don't really know about that.
Get off my back, will you? I had to deal with hardened criminals in jail. Now that I'm free, my supposed friends are ganging up on me.
Looks like things are getting heated. I think we'd better get out of here. Hey, quick!
Let's go!
About to-
Rock and roll.
Woo! Thanks, everyone! Hope you're ready for a great show! Let's get started! Heartbeats will shake me, so rules can't break me. Crank the sound and let your soul be free. understands the difficulties that this world is facing, Supreme Guardian. Belobog's current financial burden cannot be pinned on you, nor anyone else for that matter. However, objectively speaking, since Belobog has existed as an independent entity to this day, its debt cannot simply be written off. Oh, it looks like we have some visitors.
Rania! And Topaz? You're here too? I guess you've already started your business talks. We'll get out of your way if...
It's no bother. We've pretty much wrapped things up already anyway. Please consider my plans carefully, Supreme Guardian. If Eurelo 6 wants to rebuild its connections with the rest of the galaxy, your credit record with the IPC will be of great importance.
You've made yourself clear, Miss Topaz. I'll require some time to consider my next course of action.
Naturally. However, while you're deliberating, my colleagues will need to carry out some operations in Belobog. I hope that your subjects in the underworld are cooperative. I'm sorry our business got in the way of a reunion with old friends. I'll get out of your way.
Is everything alright, Rania? I didn't know Miss Topaz was so... intense. She seemed nice when we met her.
It's good to see you two again. Welcome back to Belobog. I planned a special reception, but I had to deal with an unexpected guest. The lady you just witnessed, she claims to represent that there's no need to keep either of you in the dark. To tell the truth, I have too much weighing on my mind right now to even think about the Saltworm Festival. Since you've already made her acquaintance, I needn't explain who she is. I'm sure you've heard pieces of Belobog's history the first time you visited. The Legion's invasion 700 years ago, how the Stellaron brought about the Eternal Freeze. It seems that much of Belobog's history from that time was buried deep beneath the snow. Those memories were lost and weren't passed down to the subsequent generations of Supreme Guardians. Topaz shared with me the story of the Stellaron's descent upon Eurelo 6. How the original outsiders stationed here foresaw the impending disaster and chose to leave in large numbers. Among those outsiders were several investors from the Interastral Peace Corporation. Before they departed, they did something noteworthy. They sought out architects who refused to leave, those who insisted on defending their homes. The IPC provided these architects with significant funds to aid them against the coming disaster. It was with those funds that Belobog was able to construct its immense walls. Even the initial funding for the development of the first batch of automatons was drawn from the same pool.
Wow, that's a pretty incredible story. So, does that mean Topaz's business...
Yes, I'm afraid so.
That's ridiculous! And what's with the timing? What took them so long to get here? If it wasn't for us eliminating the Stellaron, they'd have nothing to collect. It's obvious they're just trying to take advantage.
According to her account, the repayment period agreed upon by the architects and the IPC investors was 280 years. However, less than a century after the loan was taken out, the IPC deemed that the disaster had caused irreparable damage and that there was no civilization left to reclaim the debt from. As such, they considered the owed sum. It wasn't until the Stellaron crisis was resolved that the IPC discovered that Belobog had...
And that's when they sent Topaz over to collect the debt.
And the interest. An astronomical amount. I don't even know how to read such a long string of numbers. Before you both arrived, Topaz warned me that if the payments were delayed, the IPC would give her the authority to employ strong measures.
I had no idea things were like this. Here I was thinking the IPC had come to rebuild Belobog. Not Belabogians won't be able to resolve this problem on their own.
You seem to have a deeper knowledge of the Interastral Peace Corporation than I do. But if the records are accurate, and they truly have a presence throughout the galaxy, the IPC could crush Belobog like a bug if they wanted to. I'm glad you're both here. I know you came for the festival. Now, I must ask you and the Astral Express for help. Do you think you could persuade Topaz to reevaluate the situation? The Express's reputation precedes it. Perhaps there's still hope?
Have no fear, Branya. When a friend's in need, the Nameless will always... Yeah, after all, this guy...
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm so sorry for dragging you into more... While you're out looking for Topaz, I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation. Best of luck.
Oh, hey! I just remembered. Topaz gave me her number. We might as well just be direct and ask her where she is. She seems like the type of person who appreciates a straight approach. Okay, got it. We better think about what we're gonna say. She might be young, but she is an IPC executive. She's definitely no...
Oh, it's you two again. This is the third time today Oh, did my smart reply function tell you where I was? It's a system developed by the technology department. Pretty neat, right? What do you make of this painting? I'm no expert, but just from the artist's strokes, I can tell it's no ordinary piece. It portrays a certain kind of sorrow, you know? Not your everyday kind of sadness. It runs much deeper. It's as if the artist had condensed history into one poignant but sorrowful image. The artist's brushwork depicts a several generations. Not at all. The analysis of an aficionado. I wouldn't take my word for it. The Express has visited many worlds. I'm sure the Nameless have a far greater knowledge of such things. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, what I'm drawn to isn't the style in which a piece is painted, but its overall value. Its intrinsic value may only be 50,000 credits, but its added value might push the total up to 200,000.
Sorry for crashing your artist party, but we came to talk to you about...
Oh? Collaboration between our two sides?
Not exactly.
Let's walk and talk. This way. Most exhibits in this museum are of little value. But with a keen eye, it's possible to find a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Miss Topaz, Branya's already told us about Belobog's debt to...
Oh! You two are closer than I expected with her. So, how can I help? Not sure in the arrangement?
Help me out here. You know I'm not good at this kind of thing.
You're so direct. I like that. I understand. From your point of view, I can see how unreasonable it appears. However, you must understand that debt collection is a big part of my job. I've dealt with cases far more difficult than Belobog's. I appreciate each case has its difficulties, but If I treated every late debtor as a special case, the galaxy's economy would come to a grinding halt. The Strategic Investment Department is well versed in handling such situations. We can offer the debtor various repayment solutions, but Eurilla 6 has far exceeded the allotted repayment period. I'm afraid milder solutions aren't the order of the day. So, I proposed to Branya. Oops, almost gave away trade secrets there, didn't I? That was this one. The exhibits here are pretty ordinary. I estimate they're probably not worth much.
So you're basically saying the Belabogians must pay off their ancestors' debt.
When you think about it, it's just another part of the cycle of life.
I'm not sure it's as poetic as that.
Wow, look! Is that little critter native to Eurilla 6? Oh, it's so white and fluffy. Where can I find a live one? I suppose it probably is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on display here. That's such a shame. I absolutely adore little animals. Have you guys met Numby yet? I guess they're off playing somewhere.
So, Miss Topaz, what exactly will it take for the IPC to go easier on Belobog? Branya invested so much just to make this world a little better. And now, it feels like all of her efforts will be undone in the blink of an eye. It's just so cruel.
What do you take the IPC for, Miss March? We're just the same as Belobog's architects. We're all followers of the preservation. No matter what solutions we propose, we will always take the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration. Otherwise, we'd be no different from the Legion, would we?
So you're saying there's nothing to worry about? But Branya...
Don't worry yourself too much. The Supreme Guardian is a wise person. She'll understand. But, to answer your question directly, it'd take a miracle. I'll complete the Eurilla 6 project no matter what obstacles I encounter.
This isn't going as planned. What should we do?
I wouldn't waste too much energy on this matter. Why not make the most of the festive atmosphere? Oh, looks like one of my colleagues is after me. My apologies, but I should probably take this.
So, what now? We spent ages trying to convince her and she didn't move an inch. Unwise to make the IPC our enemy. All these vested interests. So hard to undo any of it. They teach this stuff in school. Oh, wait, did someone send you a message? From the sides, sometime. To impress her, it's just too damn hard. And I want her back, but she's gone too far. If I see her again, promise I won't cry. Huh? The IPC are causing trouble in the underworld. Seriously? Topaz was just talking about taking the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration. Oh, now they're pulling this stunt? You really can't trust these money-hungry IPC. Again? I don't think I have it in me to play them. I guess complaining won't get us anywhere. Let's go lend them a... Turn to love.
conversation. That's why there's no debating. I'm moving up, I'm elevating while it's sleeping.
Am I glad to see you two here?
I'm reaching the I'm still
Not
awake,
sure how much
stuck inside
longer.
the loop with no escape. Feel the quake as we accelerate.
Nobody's been seriously hurt, but a few wildfire members got minor injuries. Fortunately for us, it seems like they were holding back. Their weapons and automatons are much stronger than anything we have. You see those two in black? They've been guarding the mine entrance. They're not letting anyone in or out. Hey, just because you have fancy equipment doesn't mean you can bully us. What's the matter? Got nothing to say?
What's going on inside the mine?
The miners made it out earlier. They look pretty panicked. They said the whole mine has been seized by the people in black. These uninvited guests keep talking about asset evaluation, whatever that means. All I know is that they're seriously disrupting the lives of the underworlders.
You think Topaz is around here somewhere? Maybe her cronies are acting without her authorization.
The person you're talking about. Are they in charge of the people in black? Potaz, Pazto, whatever her name is, she can wait. Right now, the most important thing is to free those trapped in the Great Mine. Hey, you two! I got your tongue or something? If you knew what was best for you, you'd get out of my way.
You guys must be exhausted standing here all day. How about you take a little lunch break?
I'm elevating while it's sleeping. Down to the deepest depths, I'm reaching the I'm still awake. Stuck inside the loop with no escape from the accelerate.
What's their deal?
You two were talking to the director in the snowplane.
So it's you! You are the one who was threatening to take us out in the snowplane. Do you even know who you're talking to? If your boss knows to treat us with respect, you better start showing some...
I can't let you have it. My team leader said that if anyone gets through, I'll lose 6 months of performance bonuses.
Team leader? You're even lower on the pecking order than I thought.
I spent 7 years on the Forsaken asteroid preparing to join the IPC. I went through 17 interviews before they finally hired me. What right do you deadbeats have to criticize me?
IPC? Interviews? I don't know what you're rambling on about, but you're really testing my patience. No need to waste your breath on this idiot. Let's...
I'll see you off.
Папара-папам. Так, у них там якісь стаки.
Time for a buzz. Time for a buzz.
Who's next? Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Ну навіщо ти ульту всираєш наостанок? Ну блін.
That's it?
17 rounds of interviews and these are the best people they can...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I've been warned that the ones in the mine won't go down without a... Let's set off when...
Shake it, shake it.
Ready for action? It's time to kick the IPC out of...
Let's go! Ой-ой-ой, ну тут треба, блін. Ні, ну окей, якщо це... Так і будемо висіти.
Hello, it's Mr. Sparrog, isn't it? And this cute little girl must be Clara.
Hello, miss. Are you...
I'm Topaz. I've come to have a chat with Mr. Sparrog.
Clara, go inside and wait for me.
Huh? But if you have a guest...
She is not the guest.
Neither is she a friend. Go, Clara. Everything will be fine.
So, it seems my source was right. Who'd have thought that such a strong bond could exist between a giant robot and a little girl?
You bear the insignia of the Interastral Peace Corporation. What is your motive for coming here?
Straight to the point, huh? I like your style. Eurilo 6. Are robots familiar with that term? Anyway, it refers to the planet we're currently standing on. It's about to become the property of the IPC. No one can reverse this outcome. Not you, not the Nameless, nor any power in the galaxy. I only care about one thing right now. Demonstrating to the shareholders of the IPC that Eurilo 6 can generate value. In the long run, this is a way, the only way, to ensure Belobog's long-term interests. I need your help to achieve this goal.
Long-term interests undefined. Analyzing objectives. Analysis failed. Tell me, emissary, how do you plan to convince the
That's simple. I'll show you.
This is
Source code, or to be more precise, source code that is able to take control of all mechanized units in Belobog. I'm sure you're familiar with this. All mechanized units manufactured in Belobog over the last 700 years utilize the underlying systems created by the IPC. The code is so refined that the engineers never saw any reason to change it. I assume you're also aware that there was once a large automaton factory in the underworld. Thousands upon thousands of automatons, enough to crush the Legion's vanguard, lay dormant within. This is my bargaining chip for negotiating with the higher-ups. I'll convince them that Eurilo 6 has a place in the company's long-term strategies. But first, I need a guide to show me where these automatons are buried.
I understand. Your long-term interests can be defined as the survival of civilization. What are your intentions for the people currently living here?
Their future has already been purchased. All I can do is make them accept this fact, using a relatively peaceful approach.
I understand. I will listen.
Oh, so you're not as stubborn as the rumors suggest.
The future you speak of is beyond my computational range, but my emotional analysis indicates that you are indeed trying to find ways to ensure the survival of this. Additionally, calculations indicate a 96.4% probability of compliance through force if I refuse to cooperate.
Your calculations are slightly on the conservative side. Here's to our future cooperation. If you wouldn't mind leading the way, Mr. Spog.
Жесть.
All the miners here huddled together. Anyone else?
Well, the situation here is pretty similar to when you first arrived. It's just that instead of a few thugs and broken robots, now we're dealing with much more formidable adversaries.
Hey, check it out! Isn't that Topaz's little trotter over there? Oh, what was it called?
What? Isn't that thing a fragmentum monster? She's keeping one as a pet?
The IPC are all about their sci-fi sorcery, so it's not that surprising. Wanna go check?
Oink!
Sounds like you two are getting along. What's Numby saying? Seriously?
Look, you guys. Looks like it wants to leave.
Looks like they want to find their master. Let's follow them.
Those people dressed in black are attacking us!
This place is filled with nothing but incompetence.
Those cowards! I guess they want to do this the hard way.
I'll see you. The dead return!
This is double speed.
Who's next?
Will forged in ice never falter!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Oink!
Uh-huh. Looks like Numpy's in a good mood.
Aren't they on the IPC side?
Look, that big guy down there. Is he the one?
We'll see who's really in charge.
Huh? Where'd Numpy go?
Wow, there's something so short and sudden. Surprising me. Well, guess that's that. We're on our own now. Keep going. Hey, you! Are you in charge around here? Don't lie to us! You seized the mine by force for yourself. You drove the locals out of their home. I'm warning you. Get lost or suffer the consequences. Don't you dare show your...
This world's been hanging by a thread, and now you're here to pull the plug on it.
Save your breath, March. I never held out in the hope of resolving this problem. Didn't you claim the IPC was all-powerful? Well, now's the perfect chance to show us.
Так, ну я думаю, на автоматі тут нормально з цим, з гепардом. А у нас взагалі не за він просрав ульту, і тепер у нас нема щитів.
This is double.
Receive divinity.
Добре, що хоч Лоча реагує на low HP тіммейтів.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I underestimated you.
Не вистачило трохи для щитів. О, ні? Блін, його ж влучили. Він що, не зарядився? Та ну. А, він зараз просре щит в кінці бою. Тобто ми вирубаємо
Bloom, you have my gratitude. I'll see you off. The dead return!
Ми вирубаємо авторежим, бо зараз він
Don't mess with me.
знову всадить кудись. Блін, я хотів є, а у мене не було єшки.
I'll end your misery.
Ну тепер на... А, ні, який автомат, блін! Ні,
Never falter! You chose the wrong enemy.
капець.
Receive divinity. This ends here.
I'll free you.
Просто, блін, тупий ком.
Illusions of the past.
Бача заряджену ульту всирає.
We took down the Doomsday Beast, the Celeron, and Phantilia. Did you really think...
Sir, we just received word from the director. Teams are not to disrupt the lives of local inhabitants during the asset evaluation period. Those that violate this directive will have their yearly bonuses reduced by 60%.
So, are we all good here, or what?
Yeah. Judging by the looks on their face. So, who is this Topaz anyway? She seems to have no problem ordering these idiots around. We're taming fragmentum creatures for that.
It's a long...
Dead? What do you mean?
You should probably ask Bronya.
Why did this mess have to happen so close to the festivities? Timing kind of...
Oh, looks like we've got a message.
Bronya message here, which means she thinks you can help.
Got it, Bella. We'll do what we can to help Bronya. Come on, to Clipon Fort.
These guys don't look like thieves.
By order of the Supreme Guardian, proceed no further. Miss Topaz.
Bellabog might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket. See you later, Captain.
Welcome back. I appreciate your help more than I can express. It couldn't have been easy running all over the city.
That's what friends are for, Bronya. You don't sound like yourself. Is something wrong?
I'm fine. I haven't rested in a while. There's just... They're moving quickly. Bellabog is crawling with their agents. All they talk about is asset evaluation.
Так, мені треба Google Translate для цього. Так, секундочку. Оцінка активів. Зрозуміло, вони типа дивляться, чи зможуть вони відплатити.
Silver lining is that apart from the mine incident you mentioned, there haven't been any major conflicts in other areas. I suppose Topaz must have issued an order against harassing the citizenry. Still, that hasn't stopped panic from building. People are confused. They don't know where these strangers in black came from, nor what their intentions are.
Did you manage to get in touch with Topaz again? We're curious to know what solution she has in mind.
That's the reason I asked for you to come here. I need your advice. Look.
It's...
The contract Topaz sent to me a little while ago. There's a handwritten letter attached. Please, take a look at the contents. And then tell me your thoughts.
Miss Branya, if you'll permit me to call you that, I'd like to share a story with you from my own life. In your eyes, the IPC may seem heartless or cruel, but in reality, we all have a story to tell. As for myself, I was born on a small, unremarkable planet at the edge of the galaxy. My home planet was extremely resource poor. To survive, people worked laboriously, manufacturing products for other civilizations in the galaxy, mostly in chemical or heavy industry. Given these circumstances, the natural environment of my home planet became increasingly harsh. I don't recall the exact moment when it happened, but people started wearing respirators just to walk down the street. All you could hear were the wheezing coughs of the people. My home was facing its demise. The relatively wealthy chose interstellar migration and started anew. The majority who stayed could only struggle on amidst sewage, acid rain, and dust. Waiting finally, one fateful day, the IPC arrived on my home planet. They had the technology to repair our planet's damaged environment. In return for their help, they asked for just one thing: that all inhabitants sign a contract which would make them employees of the IPC. 2 years after signing the contract, the dark clouds and haze disappeared, and people began to take off their masks. After 3 years, vegetation and trees began to grow and thrive again. After 5 years, many animals, previously on the brink of extinction, when I was finally old enough, I officially became a member of the Strategic Investment Department. I witnessed the changes that took place on my home world, and was determined to bring the same changes to many other worlds in the galaxy that were experiencing the same. I am writing to you, Miss Branya, with a genuine desire. I know freedom is precious to people, but in reality, there are things of much greater value. How many generations of Belabogians will it take to embrace the stars again without assistance? Who can guarantee that every future guardian will be as prudent and enlightened as you? How can you guarantee that a disaster such as the Stellaron crisis will not descend upon Belobog yet again? I have already negotiated the best possible deal for you. Once you sign this contract, all of Belobog's debts will be forgiven. In addition, the IPC will set up a special team to support the reconstruction of the... I can understand that for you, this is an extremely difficult decision, because you and you alone, but because of this, I believe that you will make.
Her words do sound quite sincere. What do you make of it?
I'm inclined to agree. It's hard to imagine she wrote that letter just to deceive me. In any case, she wasn't wrong when she said this would be an extremely difficult decision. This planet's fate, the civilization it carries, everything that's happened here and everything that will happen, it all rests in my hands. This definitely can't and shouldn't be a decision made by me alone.
I trust her judgment too, but what if this decision is too much for one person? The impact of this choice could haunt Bronya for the rest of her life.
Topaz hasn't given me much time to consider. She wants me to decide as soon as possible. I wanted to put it to a vote and let all the citizens of both the overworld and the underworld have their say. But with such little time, I'm afraid that's a loss. I'll convene the Klopa Fort architects immediately to discuss the contract. As for the locals, I'd like you to gauge their stance on the matter. The people of Belobog hold both of you in high regard. They'll most certainly be willing to tell you their thoughts. Yes, we need to move fast.
We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should be a piece of cake.
Thank you, March. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
All right. If we want to make an informed decision, we need to hear from both the overworld and the underworld, right? On your face tells me something's wrong. Sounds serious. Really? You better not be making things up. I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, Kayla. Bronya wants to get everyone's opinion. Wait, you're telling me I had to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to... Okay. If it were up to me, I'd probably... Okay, I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, it'll take 3 or 4 more generations for the snow to completely settle. That's assuming no other disasters occur. I care more about those in the present than the future, I can be sure. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then... I think that building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit? I see. So compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure... Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Sounds like something serious is happening.
What? How is that possible?
Serval, we're racing against the clock.
It's okay. I thought it through. If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
What? Hold on, are you serious?
Surprised? My reason for signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them. You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child. which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with
I see. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Так, тут ще є хтось на карті. Так.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think it's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and... Do you need my opinion? So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can...
We are here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of...
I'd refuse the contract, of course. There is no room for compromise. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract faced with this sort of coercion? Let's resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not. You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into...
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dunn. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion. Did we miss anyone in the overworld? I think we asked just from what I've gathered. It seems like most people in the overworld are leaning towards signing the IPC's contract. We better hurry to the underworld. Head back.
What brings you two to the underworld? Seems a little out of the blue, but... That is a lot of information to take in.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us...
I've thought about it, and... Well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it. I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belobog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, he may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security, living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful
Wow. That's a pretty convict. Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight.
None other than the saviors of Belobog. To what do I... But I can tell by the look on your faces. Let me guess. Something to do with these unruly... Well, ask away. It just so... I see. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone...
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belobog, you have the most life experience.
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belobog back to its former self overnight, have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor, and with the added burden of a massive debt, well, that's something we can manage on our own. What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
I guess I never looked at it from that angle. I wouldn't wish that title on anyone. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg.
Miss March, Big Brother. what brings you to...
Hey there, Clara.
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with the lead...
What? Topaz?
I'm not sure, but Mr.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get him. True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her.
Miss Smart. That's complicated.
It's all right, Clara. No pressure.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that just taking away people's dreams like that?
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is... just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me... Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us. All that running around has worn me. So, the votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really Oh, right! We haven't... She's probably still in the Great Mine helping the miners.
Back so soon? Are you feeling all right? Important. I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted chat. I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians.
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belobog was at stake, right?
Right.
As it stands, the votes are even. Your opinion...
In that case, I abstain.
Abstain. Abstain. Утримаюся.
Thought about it. This responsibility rests on Ranya's shoulders. No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. She can see the bigger picture. The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly impact her final choice. I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but...
Understood, Zila. This is a difficult decision to make. Times like these that a leader must stand up and do what's
right. It's Ranya's decision. She knows what's at stake. If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning. She'll understand.
Well, it's all in Ranya's hands now. Right? I'm glad Belobog has someone like her in charge. Time has come. Let's go fill her in. I'm curious. Time to log on. head back. Whoa, the fort's packed. I've never seen this many people here before. Jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
March, you're back. So, what's the verdict?
We talked to people in both the overworld and the underworld.
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. What was Zila's perspective? I should have known. Sounds like...
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers?
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party, time has come to make a decision. This chaos...
Катсцена. Oh yeah.
All of you! I know what to do.
Wait! I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
But aren't you?
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himeko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without your support. If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome. I'm afraid the current circumstances are...
I understand, Miss Rania. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant I hesitate to call it a solution, but I might have some information that might... It is my hope that with this information, you will be better equipped as the Supreme Guardian to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himeko.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belobog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
You mean...
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
Now you are a great fighter.
I understand.
Special room waiting.
Thank you, Miss Himeko.
You will go on to
This
take revenge.
information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring the promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader, I cannot let the future of Belobog...
Then he ran away.
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Rania.
Astral friends,
Was and still is.
I have an idea. But for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation. I need some time to rally all the residents in the city. And then, I'll meet with Topaz. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belobog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Belobog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe,
So, my
everyone.
bitter friend, you have come to the place where you will finally die.
Я не встигаю. Так.
Picard should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old stomping grounds for another.
Your time has come.
Time to love us. I mean, head back.
The Supreme Guardian has briefed me on the situation and asked that I assist you ready to enter Rivet Town. We'll go in together. Keep your guards up. We might run into IP.
Так, знову ця фігня. Ну добре. Коротше, Сільвер Вульф буде накладати.
Destination reached.
Wow, would you look at that? But I don't see any mech or weapons. This place is completely surrounded by mountains.
Affirmative. The weapons are concealed within the tower rock formations.
No wonder we couldn't find the automaton factory. It was right under our noses all along. Wait a minute. You said these weapons have been hidden here from the very beginning? That means the architects of Eurilo 6...
Correct. After the IPC departed from this world more than 700 years ago, no one has possessed the necessary knowledge for activating these weapons. The architects used the IPC blueprints to construct replica automatons. However, the overwhelming majority of the combatants, commanded by IPC Land, were human.
I see. The stories about this world are...
I would like to ask you a question, Topaz.
You're awful polite for a big robot.
If the IPC does not intervene, this world is doomed. Are you convinced of this conclusion beyond any doubt?
Yes. I've gone through countless case studies, and they all point to the same conclusion. Any world that comes into contact with the sun's surface, things may appear to be getting better since the asteroid's gas lent a helping hand. But sooner or later, the underlying problems will resurface. A looming crisis can often lie hidden beneath the illusion of prosperity. Unnoticed pilot.
Understood.
Understood. That's it? You don't have any thoughts on the...
Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere and accurate. That is all I wish to confirm, but while my opinion on the future of this planet may differ from yours, it ultimately holds no weight. I am merely a tool.
Huh. If only my colleagues had the same thought. Come on, Numby. We've got some assessing to do.
Now you are a great fighter.
Topaz disappeared after leaving Rivet Town. In her absence, her subordinates...
The IPC soldiers are well equipped. It wouldn't be wise to fight them.
You're right, Miss Himiko. We'll be using the automaton stealth bomb to cover our
Automaton.
I'll explain later.
Look, down there. It's the IP.
Keep noise to a minimum, everyone. We don't want to... It's time to deploy the automaton stealth. Are you ready? Use the Remember, try to avoid being noticed. Remaining hidden will increase.
Та ну що таке? Такий слоупок виявляється.
Oh, wow! We wiped them all out in a single explosion! That's what you call efficiency!
It's a shame we had to resort to this method, but we had no choice.
I've seen standard issue robots like these before.
Correct. The exterior is similar to the Grizzly, but its weapons and armor, hopefully the automaton's stealth bomb will still be effective. Are you ready? Remember,
Oh no!
О, господи боже.
are you ready? Remember,
Woohoo! The coast is clear!
to be honest, I didn't think it would be so powerful. This is the road that Topaz took.
Let's find her.
This time, Mr. Svarog? Are you alright?
Greetings, outsiders. System functions are normal. I have had no conflict. Such a result gave me highly undeserved Topaz is ahead. She had the means to force me to comply with her orders, but chose not to. From her perspective, the only way to preserve Belobot is by incorporating it into the IPC. While I do not agree with her viewpoint, I lack the computational power to provide evidence to the contrary. While it is unlikely, I still encourage the avoidance of any potential conflicts.
Unlikely potential? Meaning there could...
Don't worry, Marge. The Express never pursues conflict as a first means. But if it comes down to it, we won't back down either.
Himiko's right. As long as we can look at ourselves in the mirror and know we did the right thing, that's all. Why would Topaz come here? Is she looking for something?
It's possible. Many mysteries lurk beneath the surface of this world.
Oh, hey there, slowpokes. I was starting to think you weren't gonna show up. This lady next to Miss March looks oddly familiar.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Topaz. I'm Himiko, the
Oh, wow! I remember now. The illustrious Miss Himiko. Some of my colleagues dream about meeting you. Of course! The Nameless have quite the reputation. You're following in the footsteps of the great Akavili, after all.
I'm pleased to see how well everyone's been getting along. Topaz, based on your greeting, I presume you have a...
Of course! The deadline has already passed, but Branya still hasn't signed the contract. I think I can guess what's holding her.
Please, don't misunderstand us, Miss Topaz. We have no intention of opposing the IPC or its board of directors. But we have very dear friends standing idly by and watching them sign an unfair contract. Goes against everything the Nameless are about.
Miss Himiko, sorry for interrupting, but this...
We needn't waste our time, March. She made her decision 10 minutes ago.
There's no fooling the Astral Express. You're absolutely right. Differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. However, to keep things moving forward, superiors have granted me the approval I need. You're very curious about my so many eager faces. I won't keep you in the dark any longer. Approval to launch an attack on the members of the Astral Express. The best kept secret to getting something over the line? Always be ready to turn the tables. Go, Numby. Projects under my wing have no room for error.
You chose the wrong enemy.
This is double speed.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Time for a buzz. Time for a buzz.
Who's next? Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Heal.
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
Will forged in ice never falters!
Who's next? Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
The dead return!
Only a scratch.
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
Heal. Nothing major. Bloom.
Ого.
Repay.
Will forged in ice never falters!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Так, треба фокусити, він це викликає цих чуваків.
Heal. Eternal sleep.
Рано я ультанув. Ця ульта нічого не робить, але зараз активне поле, і воно, типа, каунтери не накопичує.
This ends here.
Так, треба заряджати щити.
I'll free you from
Так.
your disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Коротше, фокусити треба, бо він
Can I have fun this time?
викликає,
This combat needs up.
добиває.
This is double speed.
No wonder the Astral Express is so finished warming up. Now it's my turn.
Stop! All of you, put down your weapons.
Rania! Look, you're just in time. Things were about to get out of control.
Supreme Guardian. I was starting to wonder whether you'd left the Express crew to fend for themselves. That would hardly be becoming.
I would never do such a thing. There was an important matter.
More important than this?
Yes. I think you'll understand the significance once you see it. In short, I
help us evaluate our current
Help you? I was under the impression you'd already decided to obstruct our
I have read your letter, word for word, Miss Topaz. And your childhood experience is true. Your hometown once experienced a similar catastrophe to your Willow 6. So I can understand your perspective. It's because of this empathy you have that I still hold out a glimmer of hope. Despite all that's happened, I hope we can still find common.
I have to admit, talking to you is always such a pleasure. I apologize for my behavior just now. I admire your determination. This far, I've changed my mind. I'll hold off a little longer and see what you have to show me.
I understand. That's why I've been taking things one step at a time. The first step was changing your mind. Members of the Express, we'll need your help too.
What a dismal sight. This district. Have you been here before?
Yes. This is where we put an end to it all.
And then began again.
That's right. Sorry for the delay.
The path ahead is clear, Madam Guardian. You and your companions.
Excellent. The mountain road ahead is a let's go.
What is this place? You've never been here before, right?
I've only recently discovered this domain. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you is just... Look. The people of Belobog have not given up. I just want to give them a chance. Do you two recognize that broken down machine over there? I thought you might. Miss Topaz, I know you've done a lot of research into Belobog. I was wondering if there was any information on...
Not at all. Which is why I find it so incredible. Such a massive feat of engineering, yet there's not a single mention of it in any of the Strategic Investment Department's reports.
I may know the reason why. The engine of creation was constructed solely by the people of Belobog, without any external assistance. The project was led by the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand. While warriors fought on the front lines, the engineers worked tirelessly behind the scenes, designing...
So what you're saying is the engine of creation.
Yes, but not entirely. The engine of creation was commissioned for combat shortly after its completion, and played a significant role in the battles against the Legion. Alyssa Rand had a long-term vision, one that nobody anticipated. For a long time, this feat of engineering was codenamed the geological reconstruction. It was actually given a much grander purpose: to help the Belobogians rebuild their homeland and restore their world to its former glory.
A vision that would transcend both time and generation. Not to take away from the Supreme Guardian in front of me. She's quite the inspiring leader.
Thank you. But I didn't really do anything. All I did was bring the people of Belobog together, make them aware that our hard-earned freedom was under immense threat. If we want to preserve this freedom, we must act and show those who doubt us that we, Belobog, have the will and the ability to control. The outcome of our mobilization speaks for itself. The children of Belobog have made their decision.
They have chosen to preserve this homeland with their own two hands.
I must say, I didn't. I'll fight for this opportunity for you, Donnie. I shouldn't have conflated your own circumstances with my child. It was a serious lapse of judgment on my part. My world never had a resolute leader, so people gave up on the idea of saving themselves long ago. But your civilization has persisted through the snow and...
Then, are you willing to retract your previous decision? As for the debt, we'll find a way to gradually repay it. But it'll take some time.
Unfortunately, the acquisition of Eurilla 6 is a strategic decision that's been approved by the IPC's top brass. Even if I wanted to overturn it, convincing them would be unless...
Don't worry, Mr. Myself and all of the nameless aboard the Astral Express are willing to...
Fantastic. That might just work. As for the end, I'll handle it.
You mentioned encounter.
Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle. There are more important things than titles and brains. That's unlikely. Most, they might just lower my rank and reduce my bonus. But don't worry, I work for far more than just a paycheck.
Thank you so much for all you've done. I never thought we'd drag the Express into a crisis again. Much less one that might cause a rift between you and the
Rift? I wouldn't go that far. Also, it's me who's supposed to blame. I didn't keep my subordinates in check. You could say he's a special case. For most people, the interview process is mud.
I'm glad we're able to discuss some lighter topics. You all need some rest after everything you've been through. I've arranged rooms for you all at the Goethe Hotel in Topaz. If you need somewhere comfortable to...
I appreciate the offer, but I need to head back. It's been great getting to know you both. I hope we can work together again in the future. Only next time.
I've been wondering, how did you figure out what was happening here on Belobog, Nico?
Well, you know, keeping an eye on the crew is just another part of the navigator's job.
March was looking forward to the Soulworn Festival for ages. Looks like she's missed. Never thought this trip would be so...
In light of the events that have transpired, we will be taking the following disciplinary measures against you. Your rank will be demoted from P45 to P44 with corresponding adjustment to your basic salary. All bonuses for the current cycle will be revoked, including stock options and performance bonuses. You will need to submit an additional report regarding this incident to Diamond. If you have any objections to this penalty, you may also file your
I have no objections.
Understood. Is there anything else anyone would like to add? If there are no further remarks, this meeting is concluded.
our line of work, having a kind heart can be more of a liability than an asset. If you're not careful, you'll end up leading yourself down a dead-end road.
No? If not, I'm hanging up.
Wait, hold on a minute. Don't hang up, I get it. You're not in the mood for this conversation right now. Okay. How about this? Something that might... Oh, you were enjoying your playtime on your relationship. Diamond was busy taking care of the head honcho of the building material logistics department. That's why he didn't attend today's meeting.
Caravan?
That's right. The renowned Caravan. One of the 7 board members. Throwing his support behind us instead of the marketing development department for us. Oswaldo, Diamond's been a great help to both of us. Your antics on such a crucial day can't exactly have painted the strategic investment department in a good light. Since you get the point, let's get down to business. I'm currently at Pier Point. There's a major deal that could affect the whole department. I just so happen to need a reliable project manager for the job. What do you...
And what prompted the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacony. What else?
What?
That's right. Now that's the kind of reaction I...
Hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it. At least someone higher than rank P46.
Honestly, who knows? The family has some pretty questionable characters. If you ask me, doing business with them is a lost cause. As we both know, the IPC does more than just business deals. Guess it's my time to shine. So, how about it? This is a rare opportunity. Consider it. You never know, you might
I'll get back to you later. Seems like it's just one wild ride after another. I hope I made the right decision this time. This snow is mesmerizing.
Так, що таке, друзі, let's go.